In this video, we are going to explore important strategies in PTE course speaking. I want to start with a question. Have you ever met someone whose English wasn't perfect? They made grammar mistakes, they had a strong accent, but somehow everyone understood them? Now think about another person, okay? Excellent vocabulary, almost perfect grammar. But when they speak, you struggle to follow them. Interesting, right? Now, here's the shocking part. The same thing happens in PTE course speaking test. Two candidates walk into the exam room. Both have almost the same English level. Both study the same materials. Both practice the same questions, yet one scores much higher than the other. Why? I'll tell you the reason. Okay? I call it as a communication personality. I'm not talking about whether you're shy or outgoing. I'm talking about the personality your voice creates when the microphone hears you. And believe me, that personality can have a huge impact on how effectively you perform in the speaking section. Let's find out what your communication personality sounds like. Imagine this candidate, okay? The microphone turns on. They take a small breath. They smile. They begin. Not too fast, not too slow, just naturally. Even if they make a tiny mistake, they don't panic. They simply continue. We call them as the calm communicator. Okay? Now tell me, if this person gave you directions in a new city, would you trust them? Probably yes. Why? Because they sound calm. A calm speaker sounds confident. A confidence makes communication easier to follow. Got it? Now let's move on to the personality two. The panicked speaker. Now let's meet another candidate. The timer starts. They immediately rush. Their breathing becomes faster. They speak at double speed. Then they forget one word. Suddenly they stop. They restart. They apologize. They become even more nervous. Now think about the listener. Are you paying attention to the content anymore? Not really. You're thinking something doesn't sound right. That's exactly what happens in the exam. One mistake creates another and another. Soon the whole response begins to fall apart because of the panicked one. Okay? And the third personality type is the robot. This candidate memorized everything, every answer, every sentence, every pause. Listen carefully. Technology is important because it helps people. Nothing sounds natural, everything sounds programmed. Communication is not just about saying words, right? It's about connecting ideas naturally. Even a simple sentence can sound much better when it feels like a real conversation. Okay? Be human when you are speaking, not a robot. And the fourth personality type is the natural communicator. Here is the personality that we want. This speaker is not trying to impress you anymore, okay? They are simply communicating. Their voice rises and falls naturally. They pause where ideas change. They don't rush, they don't drag. They sound like someone you'd enjoy having a conversation with. That's exactly the feeling you should aim for in PD course speaking. Okay, now let's do a quick experiment. I'm going to say the same sentence in two different ways. Sentence one. Online learning has become increasingly popular in recent years. Now, the next one. Online learning has become increasingly popular. Same sentence, same words, different personality. Which one sounded more believable? Exactly. The one which I told in the beginning, right? Because the words did not change, the communication did. Okay? Most of you spend hours learning difficult vocabulary, but others memorize hundreds of sample answers. Some of you even try to copy an American or British accent, but you all are forgetting something much more important. How do I sound? Not how much English do I know, but how does my communication feel? Because in real life, people don't enjoy talking to perfect dictionaries. They enjoy talking to people who communicate naturally. That's the habit you should build every single day. Okay? So, how do you improve in order to have a strong communication personality? It's actually simpler than you think. First, you have to slow down. Okay? Slow down just a little. Speaking fast does not make you sound fluent. Speaking smoothly does. Second, if you make a mistake, keep going. Don't stop. Don't say sorry and then don't restart. Most small mistakes are forgotten in seconds, right? So restarting often makes the place feel much less natural. And the third one, you have to smile before you begin. I know it sounds strange, but smiling relaxes your facial muscles and often makes your voice sound warmer and more confident. And fourth, you have to record yourself, not to count grammar mistakes. Listen to your personality. You have to ask yourself, would I enjoy listening to this person? If you get the answer yes, then you're on the right track. Okay? And whenever my students finish practicing, I don't ask, did you remember every word? Instead, I ask five simple questions. Did you sound calm? Did you sound confident? Did your ideas flow naturally? Did you recover after small mistakes? Did you sound like a real person instead of a memorized script? If the answer is yes, then you are developing a strong communication personality. Okay? So here's today's message. PTE course speaking is not a competition to see who knows the biggest words. No, it's not the competition to see who speaks the fastest. Okay, and it's definitely not about having the perfect accent. It's about becoming someone who communicates clearly, naturally, and confidently. Because at the end of the day, people don't remember every word you say, right? They remember how you made communication feel. So from today onwards, don't just practice English, practice your communication personality. You might be surprised how much difference that makes. If this video gave you a new perspective on PD course speaking, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear which communication personality you think you have right now. The calm communicator or the panicked speaker, the robot or the natural communicator. Got it? So that's all for today's video. Kindly like, share and subscribe for more PD code tips. See you in the next video. Bye bye.